Okay, so let's take a look at number 17 and how we would rotate this QRST around this center of rotation, which is C. So the center of rotation is right here, so I'm just highlighting it. And then what we need to do is rotate it 270 degrees clockwise. So the first thing I'm going to do is figure out the coordinates of each point originally, so not the transformed spots. So QRST, and then I'm going to figure out how far they are compared to the C. So I'm going to use my compass. I'm going to go up, left, right, and down. And then I'm going to describe each point. So I can see if I go from the C to the Q, that's 2 spaces to the right. If I want to go from the C to the R, that is now 5 spaces to the right. So from the C down to the T, I have to go 1 space right, but I also need to take 2 steps down. To get to the S, I need to take 4 steps to the right and then 2 steps down. So these are all my original points. I'm just going to erase these ones over here. And then I'm going to have to figure out my new transformed versions. So for each of these, I'm going to figure out my Q prime, R prime, S prime, and T prime. So I have 2 directions that I'm working with. One of them is right, the other one is down. So I'm going to figure them out independently using my compass. So if I take a look, it's 270 degrees clockwise. Oh, sorry, that should be a down. It's 270 degrees clockwise. So what I'm going to do is start by circling my right. So if I originally was right, so for example, Q originally was 2 steps right, then I need to go 270 degrees clockwise. So clockwise means in the same direction as a regular clock. So from the right, I'm going to take a step this way. This is only 90 degrees, so I have to keep going. If I have 270, 270 is 90 plus 90 plus 90. So that means I need to do 3 turns. So I'm going to continue down to the left, left to the up, and that means now I'm at the up. So if I take a look at Q, anything that used to go to the right is now going up. So 2 up, R becomes 5 up, S becomes 4 up, T becomes 1 up. Now I have to figure out what about this down. So to figure out down, let's take a different color. I'm going to take that blue. So down is right here. 270 degrees clockwise, once again, is 3 turns in the same direction as a clock. So 1, 2, 3. That takes me to right. So anything that used to be down is now right. So the first 2 have nothing else, but for the second one, for S and T, 2 down becomes 2 right, and then T 2 down becomes 2 right again. Now I'm just going to plot them. So I'm going to plot these new ones over here, these primed QRST. So Q prime is now 2 up from the original center of rotation. So from C, I'm going to take 2 steps up, and that's my Q prime. R prime is 5 steps up. So from C, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's R prime. S is 4 up and 2 to the right, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to go 1, 2. So now that's S prime, and then T prime is 1 up and then 2 to the right. So over here, T prime. Last thing I'm going to do is just connect the lines together, and that remakes my parallelogram. So you can see if I take a look at my shape, it's going in this 270 degrees clockwise spin. So I took it and I spun it in a 270 degree clockwise spin. And then B, what are the coordinates? You would just have to list your new coordinates for a QRST. But keep in mind, if I'm asking you to list the coordinates of your new prime QRST, it's compared to the origin, not from C. So it's not going to be the same thing as this one. So for Q, if I take a look, it's at -1, -1. R is -1, +2. S is at +1, +1. And then T is at +1, -2. Okay, hopefully that helped. Good luck with the rest of your rotations.